live.
Good morning, everyone, and aloha snack bar worldwide from coast to coast, from East Coast to the West Coast to the utmost. It's V and CJ coming to you live on another morning edition of Mornings with V and CJ, where we break down the news, the information, everything that you could possibly get into and understand and hear and know what's going on. With that being said, follow us on Twitter at The Rogue Money. Check us out on roguemoney.net as well as the Rogue Money Facebook. And guys, if you're suffering from debt, you need some help, check out my boys over at myfreedomnow.us. Myfreedomnow.us. CJ, good morning, sir. What are we hitting?
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing, V?
I'm doing good, man. Today's a special broadcast. We're going to try a little experiment. We're trying to bang out shows every morning at 20 minutes. We're doing a little bit of research here. So if you guys like the fact that, hey, we're going to shorten our broadcast from an hour to 20 minutes and try to cram everything in 20 minutes for your listening pleasure, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it, then hit the thumbs down. All right? So we're going to do a little experiment here. If you liked our 20-minute format, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down.
All right, absolutely. Well, let's kick off talking about the markets. Yeah, 20K, bro. I mean, you called this, gosh, a long time ago. So it's finally good to see, and some of the triggers around that. So let's go into details regarding that.
Man, it's Dex, the algo capitalist. Dex has been saying this for quite some time as well. He's been saying, Dow 20,000, Dow 29,000. I remember 2 years ago we had a certain Michael Rosecliffe who was talking about, there's going to be a 29,000 Dow, it's going to be a 30,000 Dow, and a lot of the computer models were heading in that direction, simply because it's the only way you're going to hide the inflation. It's the only way you're going to be dumping. You're going to have to be putting in, dumped treasuries somewhere. You're going to have to, they're using all sorts of manipulation tactics in order to rig the market. So yeah, 20,000 point Dow. I mean, look, if you peel back to 20,000 Dow, all the fundamentals that were wrong with the market back in 2008, they're still there. They haven't changed. Margin debt is through the roof. I think it's about 600% right now. The PE ratio is way off. It's like, my God, it's like 27. I think it is the PE ratio. I don't exactly remember off the top of my head at this very moment, because I have so many numbers bouncing around my head. CJ, stock buybacks up 400%. Insider trading is up significantly as well. That's a little hush hush, and I forgot the exact number on that one as well. But these are all problematic signs. These signs have always been there. So what the hell is driving the market? It's the freaking algos. It's the algorithmic trading. It's the fact that 86, almost 90% of trades that are done on Wall Street are done computer to computer using high frequency trading without any human interaction. So yes, the Dow is up 20,000 points. It is more of a psychological massage, CJ, than any sort of real bearing on anything of substance. The bubble economy has to get dealt with at some point. Now, I am of the train of thought that's going to be done in a slower transitional way, where we have enough of a physical economy built up, enough manufacturing built up, enough infrastructure projects going on, that when the switchover does occur, it'll be simply as a switchover. It will be done without any sort of major hiccups. Okay, because the dollar is significantly overvalued. So anyway, it's a confidence boost. It's a real confidence boost psychologically to many people here in the United States, and many investors, as well as many of those that are around the world. I mean, look at this. Asia rises after Dow tops 20,000 for the first time. Asian stocks gained early on Thursday, cheered by the Dow Jones Industrial Average breaching past the 20,000 level threshold for the first time, though concerns about U.S. President Donald Trump's protectionist stance kept the dollar on the defensive. Everywhere you look, you're looking at Japan's MSCI's broadcast index. That's up. Australian stocks were up. The DK was up. Everywhere you look, Siege. Everywhere you look.
Yeah, and I completely get it. Some people are like, well, yeah, but only the wealthiest, the top, 1%, gain from the huge gains. Well, that's not necessarily true. Think about your average worker, right? That may have like a 401k or a pension plan. A lot of the times they have to choose which fund that they invest in, and then those funds turn around and invest in different market, whether it's
right.
Whether it's more conservative, everything. So this helps those people planning for retirement that are still with some of those traditional retirement plans.
Yeah, 1000%. I mean, this is the market right now. It's a cash machine. It's a cash machine. Whether you want to interpret it as real or make believe, whatever you want to call it, one thing you cannot deny it at this point, it's a cash machine. So, I mean, think about this. Trump comes in. Since Trump coming in on January 20th and today's what, January 26th? My God, the market's gained $2 trillion. Okay, $2 trillion was that move, CJ.
You,
From 18,000 to 20,000. That's a $2 trillion move under Trump, man.
yeah,
Massive.
but V, Trump didn't have anything to do with that.
No, because I'm sure the markets would have ridden sky high under Hillary Clinton because Clinton is just such an economic maven and she's so smart and she's so learned, and I'm sure that world markets would be in reality world markets will be in meltdown, literally, because they'll be glowing radioactive from the nuclear holocaust that crazy war goddess has pulled off, CJ.
Right, right, right. Well, and again, I think the next couple of days will be a very interesting test for Trump as well. A lot of folks are pointing out that, oh yeah, Trump is an isolationist. He only looks within everything. So this upcoming meeting that he has in terms of his first trade talk, it's going to be very monumental for him to silence some of those critics, right?
Yeah, 1000%. If you look at all the fastest growing economies in the world, China, India, whatnot, what do they have in common? What was the commonality between our markets back in the days when our GDP was growing at 7, 8, 9, 10%, when we had the highest, per capita income on the planet, when we had the highest, pay, the highest minimum wage in the world at that time, and we made the cheapest, best products that we sold globally. Why? We had a protectionist economy. Our economy was protectionist, and that's how we grow. Look at China's economy; it's very protectionist. Okay, they very much protect the economy. India has a very protectionist economy. So when I see a Lamborghini Gallardo, I'm sorry, excuse me, the Gallardo is no longer being produced. When I see like a Lamborghini Huracan running around in the streets of like Mumbai, I know that guy did not, spend. I don't know. I don't. He didn't spend $280,000 on that car. He probably spent close to $500,000 because of the importation and tariffs on a car like that over there. Same thing in China. You are paying a great deal of importation and tariffs and duties to bring in vehicles and other things from around the world. So they have a very protectionist economy, keeps their money in, and they protect their currencies. Unlike us, we debase and treat like crap, CJ.
Right, exactly, exactly. So the upcoming meeting with that Theresa May, in terms of
Yeah.
negotiating trade deals, and obviously, Trump just squashed the TPP, and I know a lot of people say, oh, well, Trump's talking about 25, 30% tariffs. Come on, if you can't read through the lines of that and utilize, he's just utilizing that as a tool to,
Leverage.
again, it's the art of the deal, right? So start out high. That listen, if you don't do this, here's what's coming at you. So this meeting with May coming up, it's going to be huge, right? I mean, in terms of trade and his ability. I mean, come on, Trump owns a huge corporation that does deals around the globe. Okay,
Right.
so understand that.
1000%, man. Theresa May will provide the first test of how world leaders can deal with Donald Trump. This is how Bloomberg Politics is putting it out there. Trump, when she arrives in the U.S. to welcome the new president to the global stage and lay the groundwork for a U.S.-UK trade deal. See, here's what's important about this, okay? The world's going to watch this whole entire thing between May and Trump, and the world's going to say to themselves, "Hey, wait a minute, let's see how Trump deals with a real politician like Theresa May." Well, what happened under May with the whole Brexit? They're saying, "Oh, the Brexit's going to be a failure. You guys are going to be in the back of the bus. No one's going to want to trade with you because you're leaving the EU." And now the largest economy in the world, and that's questionable. At that, I still, I'm the school of thought that at least 40 to 50% of our GDP numbers is nothing but reshuffled debt. So here she is. Theresa May's coming over to meet with the president of the United States, and they are going to be cutting trade deals. Trump understands how important it is to leverage the UK and bring them into our fold. The further the UK is brought under and away from what is the smoldering ruins of what is once known as the EU, the better it will be. Because now, CJ, here's what's critical about this that nobody's talking about, nobody's discussing. Everybody's watching how the UK is treated by the US. if the UK is engaged with mutually beneficial trade deals, if they are supported with real economic policies, if the relationship between the UK and the US goes smoothly, all right, if that goes well, CJ, I'm telling you right now, what do you think Italy's going to do? Think about this, bro. What do you think Italy's going to do? What do you think?
Oh, it's huge, monumental, right?
Tremendous, bro. Tremendous. Because that now Italy's like, wait a minute, there's the exit doors. Not only do we have the Russians on the east that could help us, that are willing to do business with us, and the Chinese. Hey, we got the Americans too. Why are we in this union again? Like, why are we in this union? What do we benefit? Like when we had that earthquake and we asked for funds, the EU said no. Why are we in this union? And then the Greeks are like, "Opa, what are we doing here?" Right? And they're going to want to split. They're going to probably want to dump the euro and get. And the only thing left, and yesterday he put into place the, he signed the executive order to stop the immigration from 7 Islamic and North African countries, putting a stop to it. Okay. And people are like, well, what about those families that are go see Mother Merkel? Hashtag go see Merkel. That's the whole thing. Go see Mother Merkel. Don't come here. Go to Germany. Go to Mother Merkel. She's very open. In fact, they have feminazis in Germany that are singing Allahu Akbar. So go see them. They love you guys. Something about feminazis. Okay, these feminist Nazis that are out there in Germany. And the fundamentalist Islam. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the clitoral mutilation that turns them on. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's the beheadings. Maybe it's the what is it about radical jihadists that the radical left loves so much? I'm still trying to make the connection here, CJ. Still trying to make that connection, bro.
Yeah, no, definitely. And just as you were saying that, V, in regards to the discussion with May, it reminds me of that pivotal moment, like in movie scenes, where the dagger is pushed in, right, and then just before they pull it out, they twist and they yank it out.
Yep.
This could be that moment for the EU.
Oh, 1,000%, bro. This is the nail in the coffin, man. This is the absolute nail in the coffin. May will forge a close relationship, as close as she can, with President Trump and her staff to key members of his staff. Okay, international studies told reporters in Washington. I believe that she will also be quite clear where there are differences. I think she'll handle them privately and with the greatest extent possible. May is willing. She said it straight up that she is ready and willing to do business with Donald Trump. They're willing and ready to lead the world. She knows this. This is a huge moment. This is like Reagan 2.0 and Thatcher 2.0 coming together, making an amazing world. It's the end of the Atlanticists. The Atlanticist globalist pigs, these neocon, neoliberal nut jobs who've been running around and running amok, blowing up the world. The only thing they have left standing is their putrid European Union project, CJ. That is the only thing that they have left, and that thing's falling apart too.
Absolutely.
Unreal, man.
Yeah, unreal. But you see where the discussions took place with the pipelines. I know a lot of people were concerned around our thoughts on that, but you would not believe the amount of Canadians that were celebrating that, with their economy. And then here's another trade deal that with May, that they can negotiate things and hopefully move things forward in a positive direction. So and again with the wall, V, a lot of people were talking about that. I could not believe how social media was like blowing up with like, oh, wall's going up, oh no.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I mean, what the hell are you guys thinking? Well, what about the immigrant families that's going to get separated? Immigrant families separated. I'm sorry, illegal immigrant families that are separated. Oh, too bad. What you see again? Trump made a valid point. If you listen to that speech that he gave out in DHS, it was absolutely beautiful. My God, I was like, I wanted to quit my life and go work for what was it, ICE. I wanted to go be an ICE agent, strap a gun to my thigh, and just oh my God, I'd have so much fun. But anyway, the whole thing, that whole speech that he gave, he made an incredible point. What doesn't these idiot sycophant politicians who are paid to keep the wages low in this country, who are paid for this, we're a service-based economy BS. I've said it so many times, the wealth of a country is created on a factory floor, and Trump understands this. What is What are they always saying? Oh, the immigrant family, the illegal immigrant family, you're going to be tearing them apart. Too bad. Who cares? I'm sorry. Who cares? Let's be pragmatic. Let's find our balls here. Let's be logical. Who cares?
Absolutely.
Let's be a little apathetic. Who cares? And you know why? Who cares? What about the many, many, many families who were the victims of illegal immigration and the crime that was committed by people who should have never belonged in this country in the first place? You go talk to the mom and dad who've had their daughter brutally raped and killed. Go talk to the father who've had their sons murdered and slaughtered. Go talk to the grandmother who's lost a grandchild because some illegal drunk driver ran them over who should have never be driving, never even had a license. Talk to the people in LA where go talk to the Crips and the Bloods in LA who are being pushed out of their gang territory by MS-13 who should never be here. Go talk to them. I mean, this kind of nonsense needs to stop because what's happening is the drugs come up and the weapons and the filth go down.
Yeah.
And Mexico suffers as well. It's a beautiful point. Nobody thinks about that. Nobody talks about the 30. How many headless corpses have we found on the Mexican border, bro?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And the mass graves. You're exactly right. The drug trade is just off the charts right now.
I think it's over 100,000. And then you talk to people who live near the some brain dead ones who are not too far away from the wall. They're maybe a couple hundred miles, north of the wall. It's really over exaggerating things. I don't see it. Meanwhile, they're like digging up mass. I mean, do you see this pig? That's a mass grave. That's not Iraq, my dude. That's freaking the border. That's like Guadalajara. That's like near that's like near Tijuana, like near the border. I mean, come on.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. And there's still a legal way to come to this country.
1,000%.
It's not like we're shutting it down. I had a second cousin that came to the United States. She got here a month ago, and she's here on a 6-month visa. And the family's adamantly working to try to maybe get her in a she has a degree from Mexico.
There you go. That's how you break
We're trying to get her in a student setting where she can properly learn English and contribute here. My family came here in the late 60s. My brother's an independent business owner. My sister's an educator. I got another sister. So there is a legal means of coming to this country and celebrating the success of America. So
1,000.
laws were intended for a reason. So let's follow them.
Right. Thank you, bro. Thank you. And what is Trump doing? He's not creating new laws. He's just going to enforce the laws on the books. And it just so happens to be he's got a mean, nasty SOB Marine General John Kelly who's going to be enforcing it.
Exactly.
He's got a devil dog. He's got a leatherneck enforcing the laws, bro. I can sleep well at night, man, knowing that a leatherneck, knowing a devil dog is at the helm of DHS, which is a law enforcement organization. I mean, he changed it, and he said law enforcement agency. Apart from a liberty destroying, we're itching for martial law agency. Trump's really converted that, bro.
Well, not only that, but we're transitioning to following the law versus a Justice Department that's just completely, overlooked so many things and actually violated constitutional rights. So,
1,000%.
So look at the difference. It's like complete opposite end of the spectrum. So yeah, totally get it.
Yeah.
So obviously those folks were triggered a little bit, but I think by far the people that were really triggered the most were the environmentalists, the EPA supporters, the scientists. They were really triggered the last few days.
Well, they were triggered. They're about as much triggered as that crazy old woman that was thrown out of the plane.
Yeah, I saw that.
She was angry. He doesn't believe in climate change. Neither do I, bitch.
Well, they did the right thing. They're like, you need to get off the plane. You don't have a right to come in and violate someone else's rights just because they don't believe in everything that you do. Come on.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because my whole thing is like, look, climate change is bull crap. It's horse crap, front to back and side to side. Okay, it is horse crap. It has been disproven so many times. And anytime somebody says, "Well, the consensus, it's a unanimous consensus, it's climate change," you're a friggin' moron. Unanimous consensus by who? Real climate scientists? I don't think so. You look at where all this climate change data comes from. It comes from the the International Panel of Climate Change, the IPCC. That is the main organization that is on the forefront. That is the mecca, the monolith, the everything of climate change, and everything to do with climate change comes out of them, right?
Right, right.
They've been caught 1 billion times fudging the numbers, bro. 1 billion times they've been caught fudging the numbers, making things up.
Yeah. So yesterday we have members of Greenpeace that, and I don't know how they did this. You think that they wouldn't be allowed to. You think the Secret Service or somebody would have shut them down, but they climbed this huge crane, near the White House and hang this huge banner that says "resist." And I think that they all backed that. So you have the scientists that came out and are saying that they're scared about Trump, and so basically what's happened was one of the chief scientists in the Climate Science Legal Defense Fund produced a booklet of basically, the day after Trump was elected. It was a pocket guide for scientists on handling political harassment and legal intimidation.
Yeah.
And this all stems from where, Trump just basically came out and said, listen, we'd like to have a little bit of input, when you're publishing these reports and what you're releasing, we'd like to take a look at it before you do this. So they looked at, well, look there, he's limiting our rights of free speech and everything else. No, it's not a matter of free speech. It said, we want to, the information you're providing to the public, let's verify that it's accurate.
Yep. and this is how the New Yorker magazine responds to that. Scott Pruitt, who's reportedly Trump's nominee to head the EPA, is an outspoken critic of the agency that he would lead, though his criticisms have little basis in fact. Oh, you libtards. Oh, you snowflakes. How does it feel that now that we own all of your safe spaces? How does it feel that logic has come into play and your little snowflake wonderlands filled with rainbows and unicorn farts have come apart? How does it feel to know that, climate change is an absolute legal joke? And dude, like what you said, man, the Climate Science Legal Defense Fund. I mean, what a joke. These guys, there's a lot of fear among scientists that they'll become targets of people who are interested in science as politics rather than progress. What progress are you talking about? Because clearly every scientist who has come out, CJ, if I remember correctly, that's come out against climate change, exposing it for the sham that it is, exposing to the fact that it is part of a globalist control. It is part of UN's Agenda 21. Look up Agenda 21 for yourself. Okay? Every single scientist who exposes it, that it doesn't make any scientific sense, there's no basis for it, they're either shunned, they're threatened, they're oh my God. Why? Because look, here's the deal. Climate change is a multi-billion-dollar industry. There's tens of thousands of jobs depending on the fact that this lie is propagated. It's the time. See, what Trump is doing, he's taking the BS hammer to everything, CJ.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the EPA, right? What exactly have they accomplished, the last several years? So think back to the time where they accidentally released millions of gallons of wastewater into the Colorado River, right? So they're doing this thing and they accidentally release all this and pollute the environment. Let's think to the EPA workers that were sitting there and surfing porn from their computers in their office because they were so bored, right?
Right. That's all they were doing.
Yeah, let's think of the EPA worker that did not work and did not show up for work for how many years was it? Like 10 years he didn't show up for work and said he was a CIA agent.
Yep. For 10 years he didn't show up for work. He was still paid a paycheck every week. And when they finally caught on to the fact, this is how bloated of a bureaucracy. I mean, you can literally, guys, if you want, I'm telling you, the days of government workers, public servants, if you can even call them, I say that word euphemistically, can get away from this. Can get away from, pulling off a stunt where you show up to quote unquote work and you're not there. You sit there for 8 hours a day surfing porn because on every single one of their laptops was pornography, and they were spending hours watching porn. And this is what they were doing and still collecting paycheck. Where one of the head guys over there was, I'm a CIA agent. Guy's a lunatic nut job, and he's getting a paycheck every week, taxpayer money. You want to talk about waste? EPA is a wasteful spender. It's got to, cut it down or get rid of it. Same thing with the Department of Energy. Cut it down, get rid of it. These are all political column agencies, bro.
Absolutely. And believe me, we support all the advancements in science and technology. However, when you become this bloated agency and you don't really accomplish anything. I mean, it's time for reform. It's time for change.
Yeah, 1000%, man. It is time for change. It's time for reform. You got it absolutely correct, bro. Absolutely correct. Anything else, man, you want to cover?
For today, I think those were the majority of the headlines. Again, it's a big day. You know, Trump's meeting with the congressional people there in Pennsylvania, I believe, today for a big meeting. So it'll be interesting to see what comes from that. But yeah, so other than that, V, I think that's about it.
All right, cool. Do we hit that 20-minute mark?
That's a good question. I think we're. Yeah, I think we're about there. I think we're into it.
Fantastic. And all for you feminazis, a beautiful headline on Drudge. It says 3-hour rape filmed um on Facebook Live. So check that out for all you feminazis who love the migrants, who love them. Yes, in fact, indeed, yes. All right, with that being said, guys, this is our new experiment again. If you like our new format, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. Just let us know. This is a test. Let us know what you think. This is V, the Guerrilla Economist, and my main man, CJ. CJ, give out your shout-outs, bro.
Yeah, everyone have a great day. Check out roguemoney.net. A couple of hard-hitting articles the last couple of nights that are out there, so go check them out.
And this afternoon is going to be hanging with Harley. So subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Press that little bell next to the subscribe button. So the afternoon shows, when we go live, you'll get the alert and you can join us. Okay, so hit that. Hit the subscribe button. Harley's going to be running down the entire thing, what's been happening this past week with Trump, with the globalists and everything. So listen to that show today. Catch you guys later. CJ, take it away.